The key question that we are trying to answer is, are we making safe and efficacious medicines for patients? To answer this question, we derive and make decisions based on the data obtained from development, manufacturing, quality control, and quality assurance. Right? So the layer that connects all of this is the governance mechanism for the data that we obtain. That's why it's a key strategic priority in biologics manufacturing. It starts with mapping the process from beginning to the end, right? So you start with the development process and it ends with the distribution of the drugs to the patients. You map the entire process and classify it either as a manual process or a digital process. And once it's a manual process, then we ask the question, where can things go wrong, right? What mistakes can human make? Not all data integrity problems are intentional. In fact, vast majority of them are unintentional mistakes. So you map it and then you classify them as intentional or unintentional through mechanisms and a series of questions. So you can create tools to classify the data. And similarly, on the digital side, you assure the Alcoa principles by design. So you can assure data integrity by putting mechanisms and steps in place in terms of prevention and then detection and optimization. So there are two key elements. One is effectiveness, the other one is efficiency, right? So regulatory compliance is about effectiveness. So having a proper data governance throughout the life cycle of the data ensures effectiveness in answering the question, are we making safe and efficacious drugs? Now, the same data can also be used to understand if there are inefficiencies in the process and therefore eliminate waste, thereby preventing opportunities for mistakes, thereby strengthening data integrity. So these are the two elements. Effectiveness and efficiency is what you derive by a very strong data governance mechanism. So the layers of machine learning and artificial intelligence sits on top of the data, right? Which once we have a proper workflow mapped out, and then we start getting the data from either the manual system or the computerized systems. In the manual system, the first step is to moving that data into a computerized systems manually, or in computerized systems, you get the data automatically. Now, once it's digitized, the data is digitized, then you can start to apply machine learning algorithms to start to detect, to ensure effectiveness and efficacy in a more automated manner. So that's where the machine learning is the next layer above and beyond the workflow, and then the AI is the continuous improvement process that can help in ensuring effectiveness and efficacy to ensure patient safety and efficiency of the drugs. So the first step is Enzene has a platform process, which is the continuous manufacturing platform, which is largely driven by computerized systems. We also have manual systems for other processes. We have a very robust governance mechanism for both the manual processes as well as the electronic systems. And once we convert the data into digital systems, then the way we utilize that data is through proper modeling and applying machine learning and AI tools. We are in the process of right now integrating all of these tools to enable machine learning. That's the journey we are in right now, and we expect to start applying machine learning and AI once we integrate all of these data platforms together, shortly. So innovators or sponsors they come in two categories, right? One that are in early stage of development, and once the product is in the market already. For companies in the early stage of development, the critical factor for their success is speed to clinic, right? And the speed to clinic is assured throughout the development, from development to manufacturing to release and availability of material for clinical trials, and having a very strong data mechanism ensures we can file the INDs and CTDs as fast as you can in the early stage. And once you're in the commercial space, what one needs is reliability. Are we making safe and efficacious drugs? And that question needs to be answered at every moment throughout the manufacturing life cycle. And AI information that layers on top of data and machine learning ensures that information is available throughout the manufacturing life cycle.